My unfaithful wife abandoned our young children for an entire day, but when she finally returned home, she found an empty house. No kids, no belongings, no husband. Her choices had finally caught up with her. Be me, Eric Thompson. Just turned 31, living in Las Vegas. Have a decent tech consulting job. Married to Lisa. 2 amazing kids. Life seems perfect from the outside. Working late one Tuesday night. Open front door around 10 p.m. Notice kitchen lights still on. Something feels off immediately. Lisa never leaves lights on. Always obsessive about electricity bills. Soft light hum feels weird, like a spotlight after final act. Lisa? I call out. My voice echoes through empty house. No answer. Kids already asleep upstairs. Peter has his dinosaur books everywhere. Grace clutching her favorite stuffed elephant. Kissed them goodnight half-hour ago. Expected to find Lisa on couch, watching her usual mystery shows. Always claims they're not as bad as they look. But couch is empty. Her phone sitting on counter. Still charging. First real red flag. Lisa never leaves her phone behind. Not even for bathroom breaks. It's basically part of her arm. Pick up the phone. Think maybe she went for a walk. See notification on screen. Can't wait to see you again same time tomorrow. Message from someone named Ryan. Never heard of any Ryan before. Text app locked, but message tone sounds too intimate. Feel doubt creeping up spine. Try to shake off paranoid thoughts. Lisa been distant lately. But life's busy with 2 kids. Normal to drift apart sometimes. Still can't shake bad feeling. Hear tires on gravel driveway. Freeze with phone still in hand. She walks in moment later, holding jacket against cold. Something different about her face, like she's hiding something. Door slightly open, showing secrets behind. You're still up? She asks. Too casual. Tossing keys and bowl by door. Avoiding my eyes. Where were you? I ask. Try to keep voice neutral. She hesitates for split second. I notice it. Out, needed some air. At 10 p.m.? Yeah, she snaps, voice getting sharp. Is that a crime? Hold up her phone. Ryan texted you. Her face turns ghostly white. Reaches for phone, but I pull it back. My chest tightens with anxiety. Who's Ryan? I demand. It's nothing, she says too quickly. Just a friend from work. I laugh bitterly. A friend from work who can't wait to see you again? Same time tomorrow? That kind of friendship you've got now. Her eyes flash with anger, but she stays silent. Grabs phone from my hand, her movements sharp and uncoordinated. You're being paranoid, she spits, turns her back to me. Something inside me snaps. I'm not usually the jealous type. Don't like snooping or interrogating, but this isn't normal. This isn't her. Or maybe I've been blind all along. I'm paranoid? I shoot back, voice rising with each word. Then prove it. Show me the text. Jesus, Eric, she hisses, spins around to face me. Her face mix of fury and something else. Maybe fear. You're suffocating me. Do you have any idea how exhausting you are sometimes? Words hit harder than expected. Suffocating? I'm the one holding this house together. While she wanders off doing God knows what. Before I can respond, she storms past me, heading upstairs. Where are you going? I yell after her. To bed, she snaps without looking back. You should try it sometime. Bedroom door slams shut. Echo through house. I stand frozen. Staring at empty staircase, pulse pounding in ears, hands shaking, anger and confusion fighting for control. That night I don't sleep. Sit at kitchen table instead, her phone in my hand. Lock screen mocking me with silence. House feels cold. Older than it should be. Know something just changed between us? Something I can't ignore anymore? Morning comes too soon. Wake up on couch with stiff neck and heavier heart. Hadn't planned to fall asleep. Exhaustion won around 3 a.m. First thing I notice is silence. Usually house alive with morning noise. Cartoons playing. Peter and Grace chattering. Coffee machine gurgling. But today eerily quiet. Lisa already gone. Her phone vanished from counter. No note. No text. Just gone. Check watch. 9:42 a.m. Not unusual for her Saturday errands. But something feels different. Pour coffee? Stare out window. Half expect her car to return. Instead notice mail in box. Walk to curb. Grab stack of letters. Flip through them absent-mindedly. Bills. Junk. Then something odd. Find postcard. No names. Just our address. Handwriting messy and scrolled. Missed you yesterday. Thursday can't wait. Stare at words for long time. They burn into my brain. Signed R. Must be Ryan. Message and postcard. All connected somehow. Pieces not fitting yet. Hands trembling. Toss postcard on table. Peter and Grace come into kitchen, rubbing sleepy eyes. Where's Mom? Peter asks, voice small and curious. She had to go out early. Force a smile on my face. Hey, how about pancakes? Try to keep things normal for kids, but thoughts spiraling inside. Need answers. Done waiting for Lisa to explain. By noon, drop kids at Sister Amy's place. Make up excuse about errands. Amy gives funny look. Doesn't ask questions, though. Drive back home. Sit down at Lisa's laptop. Never thought I'd do this. Snooping feels wrong. But after last night, gut says there's more to find. Takes less than 5 minutes. Find her email open in browser. See folder labeled receipts. Looks innocent at first. Just confirmations. Hotel bookings. Restaurant reservations. Rideshare receipts. But dates catch my attention. Tuesday, January 4th. Hotel stay confirmed for 1 guest. Friday, February 10th. Ride to Indigo Lounge booked 8:15 p.m. Thursday, March 2nd. Hotel booking for 2 guests. Stomach drops with every click. Open hotel confirmation. Chest tightens seeing note. Room with a view, please. Mind racing now? These weren't trips she mentioned. Never heard of Indigo Lounge. Definitely never mentioned view rooms. Hands clench into fists. Shut laptop. Not sure what I feel. Betrayal. Rage. Confusion. Like standing in hurricane eye. Knowing worst yet to come. Then like clockwork. Door opens. Lisa walks in. Grocery bag in one hand. Phone in other. Typing furiously. Acting like nothing happened. Hey, she says casually. Doesn't even look up. Stand up slowly. Heart pounding in chest. Where were you this morning? She freezes for split second. Then smiles like didn't hear right. What do you mean? Told you ran out for groceries. Really? Voice low but steady. Because I've got postcard on table. An inbox full of hotel receipts. That tell different story. Her face drops. Thought she might drop grocery bag. Then like flipping switch. Laughs sharply. Sound makes my skin crawl. Oh my God, Eric, rolls her eyes. Are you seriously snooping through my emails now? That's low even for you. Don't you dare turn this around on me. Snap back. What the hell is going on, Lisa? Who's Ryan? What's with hotels? Her mask slips first time. See genuine panic in her eyes. Covers it quickly, though. Brushes past me to counter. You're being ridiculous, she says, voice turning icy. Ryan is a colleague. Hotels were for work trips. You're blowing this way out of proportion. Work trips? Shout back, voice shaking with anger. Then why didn't you tell me about them? Why hide it? Because I knew you'd react like this. She shoots back, voice rising to match mine. You're so paranoid all the time, Eric. Can't even breathe around you. Without being interrogated, her audacity hits like slap. You think this is paranoia, Lisa? I've been bending over backwards, trying to keep this family together. While you're sneaking around, with whoever the hell Ryan is, her jaw tightens. For a moment looks like might say something real. Then just shakes head. I don't have to explain myself to you, says it coldly. You've clearly already made up your mind. Just like that walks out, leaving me standing there. Truth dangling just out of reach. Her retreat to bedroom leaves air heavy with accusations. Stand frozen few minutes, staring at empty doorway. Mind racing to connect dots. Picture only getting darker. Can't let her brush this off again. Without thinking, follow her upstairs. Bedroom door slightly open. Step inside. Find her sitting on bed edge, staring blankly at floor. For a moment almost looks like guilt. Then eyes flick to me, hard and cold. What now, Eric, she says, voice dripping with exhaustion. Haven't you said enough? Enough? Bark back, anger boiling over again. You think I'm just going to drop this, Lisa? I found receipts for hotel rooms. You never told me about, got postcard from someone who misses you. And that text, same time tomorrow? You're not even trying to hide it anymore. Her expression doesn't change. If anything, looks more annoyed, like I'm just buzzing fly. She can't quite swat away. You're making something out of nothing, says while crossing arms. Stop lying, shout, words ripping from throat. That finally cracks her facade. She shoots up from bed, eyes blazing with fury. You want the truth, Eric? Fine. Truth is, I'm sick of this. Sick of you hovering. Sick of you playing detective. And sick of this house. Her words hit like freight train. Sick of the house? Repeats stunned. This is our home. Our family's home? What the hell is wrong with you? She laughs bitterly, shaking her head. You want to know what's wrong? Look in the mirror. You're so busy being Mr. Perfect dad and husband, you don't even see how suffocating you are. Every conversation about kids, or bills, or what's for dinner. God forbid I want something for myself. Room spins as words sink in. This isn't just about postcard, or texts, or hotels. This is about her. She's not just distant. She's resentful. Can't let her deflect. Not this time. Don't you dare blame this on me. My voice low but shaking with fury. You've been lying to me. To Peter and Grace? For who knows how long? What are you even doing in those hotels, Lisa? What are you hiding? She doesn't answer. Her silence louder than confession. Who's Ryan? Press harder, stepping closer. Is he the reason you're sneaking around? Is he the one you've been? Stop it, she screams, cutting me off, hands balled into fists at sides. You don't know what you're talking about. Then tell me, roar back. Tell me what's going on. Because right now it looks like you're cheating on me, Lisa. And if I'm wrong, you better explain why I'm finding all this. Her lips tremble, not with guilt, with anger. You want to know who Ryan is? She spits words venomously. Fine. He's someone who doesn't treat me like a maid or a nanny. He's someone who actually listens to me. Someone who... She stops herself, face flushing red, like realizing said too much. But damage already done. My heart sinks to stomach. You're seeing someone else. Barely whisper words. Her silence is answer enough. Feel like floor ripped from under me. All those nights stayed up late, finishing work, so could spend weekends with her and kids. All times planned date nights, thinking we just needed to reconnect. It was all a lie. What about Peter and Grace? Ask with cracking voice. Do they even cross your mind? While you're off with him? Do you think about what this would do to them? Don't you dare bring kids into this, she hisses back. This has nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them? Snap in disbelief. Are you insane? Everything you do affects them. They deserve better than this. They deserve better than you. Her face twists with rage. For a moment, thinks she might slap me. Instead, grabs bag from nightstand. Storms out of room. I'm done with this conversation, says over shoulder. I need space. Don't wait. Up. Front door slams. Echo through house. Stand there shell-shocked, staring at spot where she stood, head pounding, chest tight. But amidst chaos, one thought crystallizes. This isn't just about her betrayal anymore. This is about protecting my kids from fallout of her selfishness. For first time realize. Can't wait for her to come back on her terms. Time to take control. House feels like tomb after Lisa leaves. Her absence isn't relief. It's gaping void. Reminder that life unraveling. As minutes drag on, anger cools into something sharper. Colder. If she thinks can walk all over me, leave me in dark. She's dead wrong. Go downstairs. Grab phone. Call my sister Amy. Hey, Eric, she answers. Voice warm and calm. What's up? Are the kids okay? Ask first. Cutting straight to point. Yeah, they're fine, says soothingly. Playing with Max. Everything okay with you? Hesitate for a moment. Yeah, just a lot going on. Listen, can they stay overnight? Got some things to sort out. Of course, she says, concern in her voice. Take your time. With kids safe. Turn focus to house. This isn't just my home anymore. It's my battlefield. Lisa left me no choice but to act. Not going to waste another second. Feeling helpless. Start by gathering evidence. The postcard, screenshots of texts, copies of hotel receipts from email, hands steady as work, but heart feels like storm. Every detail uncovering confirms what I already know. This isn't mistake, not misunderstanding, not phase. She's cheating, plain and simple. Head to our bedroom next. Her side of closet, chaotic mess, half-empty hangers, clothes shoved in corners. Strikes me then. How much of her life, already bleeding away from us? Find what looking for, in one of smaller bags. Notebook inside, handwriting messy. Scrolled like postcard. Meeting Ryan at 7. Wine Thursday. Room 214. Late check-in. Can't wait to see you. Bile rises in throat. Force it back. Flip to last few pages. Find something worse. List of pros and cons. About leaving. Pro section filled with phrases like freedom. No more nagging. Space to breathe. Con section just has Peter and Grace. Grip notebook so hard, knuckles turn white. How could she reduce our life? Our family. To list of pros and cons, like some business deal. That's when no, this isn't marriage anymore. It's war. And not going to sit on sidelines while she destroys everything we built. Spent rest of day making preparations. First pack bags for Peter and Grace. Enough clothes, toys, essential items. Keep them comfortable for a few days. Then go through house, collecting everything that's mine or kids. Things that matter. Don't want to leave single trace of us. By evening, house eerily empty. Their presence gone. Feels wrong, but necessary. Lisa doesn't come home that night. Don't expect her to, wherever she is, whoever she's with. She doesn't have guts to face me. When morning comes, leave note on counter. Short and simple. You ignored me for entire day. When you came back, the kids and I had disappeared. Revenge has started. Not being petty, it's warning. Before walk out door, do one last thing. Change the locks. If she wants back in, she'll have to face me first. Moment shut door behind me. Feel something shift inside. This isn't over. Not by long shot, but first time in months. Feel like I'm in control. Kids playing in Amy's backyard. their laughter floating through window. Moment of normalcy desperately need. Even if heart weighted down by storm that just begun. Lisa hasn't called, hasn't texted, not yet, but I know her. Silence won't last. By mid-morning, phone buzzes. Her name flashes on screen. Let it ring. Hands tightening around coffee mug. Voicemail pops up moments later. Wait before listening. Not ready for excuses. Or whatever story she's spun. To make this my fault. But curiosity gnaws at me. After deep breath hit play. Eric, her voice sharp, frantic. What the hell is this? Where are you? Where are kids? Call me back now. Short, direct, angry. Lean back in chair. Let words echo in mind. She's not scared or sorry. She's furious. I flipped script. Good. She deserves to feel that panic. That helplessness. Not long after, another call comes in. Then another. By fifth one, answer. What do you want, Lisa? Keep voice cold and steady. Where are the kids? She demands, skipping pleasantries. They're safe, say simply. That's not an answer. She snaps back. You can't just take them and disappear. This is insane. You ignored me for an entire day. My voice tightens. When you came back, it was like we didn't exist. Did you think I'd keep pretending? Everything was fine? Her silence on other end deafening. This isn't about kids, she says finally, voice softening. This is about us. Whatever's going on, we need to talk about it. You can't just run away every time things get hard. Laughed bitterly at that. You think I'm one running away? You've been lying to me, sneaking around, meeting. Stop myself, jaw tightening. You want to talk about it? Fine. Who's Ryan? Pause stretches long enough. Think she might hang up. But then she speaks, voice dripping with indignation. You've been going through my things. Says it sidestepping question. Answer me. Demand firmly. She sighs dramatically. Kind of exhale that used to end arguments. When we were younger, doesn't work this time. Ryan is just a friend. Says words carefully measured. Someone I talk to. When things get overwhelming, that's it. Overwhelming? Repeat word. Tastes like ash in mouth. And what about hotel rooms? The postcard? The texts? Are those just for talking too? Her voice turns icy. You're blowing this way out of proportion. Nothing happened, Eric. I didn't cheat on you. Almost believe her. Almost, but cracks in story too wide. Too deep. You're lying. Say with trembling anger. I saw the receipts, Lisa. I saw the notebook. You've been planning this. Whatever this is. For months. Don't do this. She hisses through phone. Don't make me the villain. You did that yourself. Snap back immediately. Long silence fills line. Can hear her breathing. Can imagine wheels turning as she calculates next move. What do you want me to say? She asks finally. Voice low, almost defeated. The truth. Say it simply. She doesn't answer. I'm filing for divorce. Words fall out before can stop them. And until this gets sorted, kids are staying with me. Are you serious? She shouts suddenly. Voice rising sharply. You're going to rip this family apart. Over your stupid insecurities? Don't you dare turn this on me. Keep voice firm and steady. You made your choices, Lisa. Now you have to live with them. Hang up before she responds. For a moment, silence deafening. Stare out window. Watch Peter and Grace playing. Feel strange sense of clarity. This isn't just about revenge anymore. It's about rebuilding. About protecting what matters most. And for first time in long time, feel like I can breathe again. But quiet doesn't last. By late afternoon, Lisa escalates. Phone buzzing becomes relentless. Symphony of calls and texts, alternating between desperate pleas and blistering accusations. Ignore all of them. Steel myself for whatever comes next. But don't expect her to show up. In kitchen, rinsing lunch dishes. When hair tires on driveway. Amy's house been fortress of calm. Sanctuary for kids. But seeing Lisa's car pull up shatters that illusion. She gets out. Slams door behind her. Force rattles windows. Step onto porch. Just as she storms toward house. Face like storm cloud of fury. What the hell do you think you're doing, Eric? She barks. Voice echoing across lawn. Keeping my kids safe. Say it evenly. Block doorway with body. Safe? Throws arms up in exasperation. From me? Are you insane? I'm their mother. And you've been lying to them. Shot back instantly. To all of us, you don't get to play victim now. Her jaw clenches tight. For a moment looks like might shove past me. Instead folds arms, fixes me with steel-melting glare. You're overreacting, says with measured but simmering anger. Whatever you think you know. You're wrong. Then prove it. Step closer to her. Explain the hotels, the texts, the postcard. Look me in eye. Tell me there's nothing going on. Her eyes dart away. Just for split second, Tell I've come to recognize over years. Are you seriously trying to punish me for needing space? Voice rising again. You're acting like some controlling... Don't interrupt coldly. Don't try turning this into fight about control. You've been lying to me, to our kids, for months. This isn't about space. It's about betrayal. Words hang heavy in air. For first time, her anger falters. Looks away, posture softening, but not enough to believe. She's about to come clean. What do you want from me, Eric? Asks quieter now. An apology? Fine. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I didn't tell you about hotels. I'm sorry I needed break. From all of this, gestures vaguely toward house, like our life together. Just another thing weighing her down. You don't get it, do you? Say with thick disbelief. This isn't about needing break. It's about trust. You didn't just hide things. You erased me from your life, Lisa. And now you want to waltz back in. Like nothing happened, she opens mouth to respond. But before she can, Peter's voice calls out behind me. Mom? Turn to see him standing in doorway. Grace peeking out from behind shoulder. Their eyes wide, faces full of questions. Too young to ask. Lisa's expression softens instantly. Anger melts into something calculated. Peter, sweetheart, she says, stepping forward. I was just talking to Daddy. Everything's fine. Block her path. Heart hammering in chest. You don't get to do that. Say through gritted teeth. Do what? She snaps. Voice low enough kids can't hear. Pretend. Voice trembling with anger. Pretend like everything's fine. When you've been tearing this family apart, behind the scenes, her eyes flash dangerously, but she doesn't respond. Instead, crouches down to Peter's level, forces bright smile. Doesn't reach her eyes. Why don't you and Grace go back inside? Says gently. Mommy and Daddy need to talk. Peter hesitates, gaze flicking between us, but Grace grabs his hand, pulls him back into house. Once they're out of earshot, Lisa stands, crosses arms again. This isn't over, says voice low and dangerous. You can't keep them from me. They're my kids too. They're staying with me. Say firmly, until you figure out what you want, who you want. You don't get to disrupt their lives. She laughs bitterly. You think you're some kind of hero? Don't you? Like you're protecting them from me. God, Eric, you're pathetic. Her words sting, but don't let it show. You can call me whatever you want. Step back toward door. But until you start telling truth, this is how it's going to be. Her glare burns into me. As walk inside, locked door behind me. Through window watch her standing there, fists clenched at sides. Then turns, marches back to car, slams door as leaves. As her car disappears down driveway. Lean against wall, hands shaking. Fight far from over. But one thing clear, Lisa isn't going to give up without fight. And neither am I. Next day, tension hangs in air, like storm waiting to break. Keep kids distracted. Games. Movies. Anything to keep minds off. Brewing chaos. Phone eerily quiet. Since Lisa's dramatic departure, not like her to stay silent this long. Know she's planning something. By mid-afternoon, instincts proven right. Knock on door jolts from thoughts. Not Lisa's style to knock. Means she isn't alone. Stomach sinks opening door. Find her standing there, flanked by man in suit. I'm here for the kids, Lisa says sharply. Voice all businesslike. Man beside her clears throat. Offers tight-lipped smile. Mr. Eric Thompson. I'm Benjamin Wilson. Miss Thompson's legal counsel. She has right to see her children. We'd like to resolve this amicably. A lawyer. She brought lawyer to Amy's house. Feel blood drain from face. Force myself to stay calm. Amicably? Say with disbelief. Lisa, you've been lying for months. You think bringing lawyer to my door is how we fix this? Eric, she says, voice dripping condescension. This isn't about us. It's about kids. You can't just keep them from me like this. Step outside. Close door behind me. Keep kids from hearing. I'm not keeping them from you. Keep voice steady. I'm protecting them from whatever mess you're dragging into our lives. Her lawyer steps forward. Mr. Thompson, unless there's court order stating otherwise, Miss Thompson entitled to equal custody. If this becomes legal matter, could get complicated. Complicated? Scoff while glaring at Lisa. You want to talk about complicated? Tell him about Ryan. Tell him about hotel receipts and postcard. Lisa's face flushes, but doesn't falter. Instead, crosses arms, tilts chin up. We're not doing this here. Says firmly, let me see my kids, Eric. Now? Step closer. Lower voice. You don't get to waltz in here. With lawyer and play victim. Want to see kids? Fine, but not until we figure this out. In court, her lawyer sighs, clearly frustrated. Mr. Thompson, I strongly advise you reconsider. This kind of behavior will not reflect well in custody hearing. Good. Shot back immediately, because I've got plenty to say in that hearing. Starting with evidence I've gathered, Lisa's composure cracks first time. Jaw tightens. Takes step forward. Voice drops to hiss. You're not taking my kids away. From me, Eric. I won't let you. Hold my ground. Heart pounding in chest. They deserve better than this. Better than you sneaking around, lying to their faces. For a moment thinks she might lash out. Instead turns on heel. Storms back to car. Lawyer following close behind. Before getting in, calls over shoulder. You think you've won, Eric? This isn't over. As car disappears down driveway, lean against door frame, fists clenched at sides. She's right. It isn't over. Not by long shot. Knock comes again. Late in evening, heart still racing from Lisa's visit. Hadn't expected round two, but when open door. Not Lisa or her lawyer standing there. It's Ryan. Younger than imagined. Maybe early 30s. Clean-shaven face. Slicked back dark hair. Expression teeters between confidence and discomfort. Holds up hands in peace gesture. Are you Eric? Asks voice steady. Don't answer. Mind racing. Why is he here? What's his game? Look, I know you're angry, says taking step forward. But thought it was time. We talked man to man. Audacity of it stuns into silence. For a moment, then words burst out. You got some nerve showing up here. He doesn't flinch. I get it, I do. But this situation, it's gotten out of control. Laugh bitterly. Lean against doorframe. Out of control? You're sleeping with my wife, and you think this is about control? He looks down, shuffles feet nervously. I didn't come here to fight, okay? I needed to say my piece. Your piece? Repeat, voice dripping venom. You've got about 10 seconds. Before I slam this door in your face. Fine, says quickly, holding up hands again. Lisa didn't tell me she was married. At first, I didn't know about you, about the kids. When I found out, I ended things, but she didn't want to let go. My breath catches. This isn't what expected. You're saying she pursued you? He nods, expression earnest. I swear I'm not proud of what happened. But once I knew truth, I told her it was over. She wouldn't take no for answer. His words feel like daggers, each one cutting deeper. Into fabric of life thought I knew. Lisa hadn't just cheated. She'd clung to it, even when started to fall apart. Why are you telling me this? Ask voice low and tense. Because I've been where you are, says tone softening. I know what it feels like to be lied to, manipulated, and I couldn't stand by while she drags this out. You deserve to know truth. His words hit like brick wall. For a moment, hate him less than hate situation, less than hate her. What do you want from me? Asks, staring him down. Nothing, says simply. Just wanted to come clean. You don't have to believe me, but thought you should hear it from me. Instead of wondering, stand there. Weight of words pressing down, like tidal wave. Go. Say finally, voice hollow. Before I change my mind, about letting you walk away. He nods, turns heading back to car, without another word. As he drives off, close door, lean against it. Mind reeling, truth isn't relief. It's wrecking ball. Tearing through what little structure. Managed to hold on to. Lisa had lied to him too. Orchestrated this mess, weaving web of deceit that ensnared everyone around her. For first time, not just angry, disgusted. This isn't just about me anymore, or kids. It's about exposing truth. For what it is, no matter how ugly, not going to let her hide behind lies any longer. The next day, don't wait for Lisa to make next move. Call her, voice cold and controlled. We need to meet. Meet? She repeats, tone wary. Yes, say firmly. Face to face? No lawyers, no distractions. Just you and me. I'm done playing games. Pause on other end, can almost hear wheels turning. In her mind, finally says fine. Where? Here. Reply, tonight, 7 o'clock. She hesitates, but eventually agrees. When she arrives, dressed impeccably, like trying to project confidence and control. Expression mix of defiance and unease. Don't give her time to settle. Let's get straight to it. Say immediately. Gesture toward kitchen table, where laid out everything. The receipts, the texts, the postcard, and most damning of all, the notebook. Her face goes pale seeing it all. Eric, what is this? It's the truth, say sharply. Laid out for you. No more excuses, no more lies. You're going to sit there and explain everything. She opens mouth to protest, cut her off instantly. Don't, say voice hard as stone. Don't insult me by pretending you don't know what this is. I talked to him, Lisa. Ryan came to my door. And he told me how you lied to him too. Her jaw drops. For first time, see genuine panic. In her eyes, he came to see you. Yes, say leaning forward. And he told me everything. How you hid truth from him. How you refused to let him walk away. How you clung to this. Whatever this was, like it was some escape hatch. From your own life. Her shoulders slump. Fight draining out. She sits down heavily at table, staring at pile of evidence, like it might swallow her whole. I didn't mean for it to get this far. Whispers voice barely audible. Then why did you let it? Snap. Anger bubbling to surface. Why did you lie to me? To the kids? What were you trying to prove? She looks up, tears brimming in eyes, but don't feel ounce of sympathy. Not anymore. I don't know, says shaking head. I felt trapped, like my life was spiraling, out of control. And he made me feel seen. Seen? Repeat voice rising. Do you even hear yourself? You have 2 kids who worship you, a husband who bent over backwards to make you happy, and you threw it all away. For some fleeting attention, she flinches, tears spilling over. I was lost, Eric, says voice trembling. I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't know how to stop. That's your excuse? Say tone cutting. You didn't know how to stop? You didn't think about Peter or Grace? About what this would do to them? Her sobs grow louder. But don't let up. This isn't just about us, Lisa. This is about them. They're going to grow up knowing their mother lied, cheated, and shattered our family. Do you even realize what you've done? She buries face in hands, cries muffled. For a moment feel flicker of pity, but quickly extinguished by memory of her betrayal. When finally looks up, face streaked with tears. What do you want from me, Eric? Asks, voice raw. I want the truth. Say simply, all of it. No more half-truths, no more deflection. Tell me everything, Lisa. She takes shaky breath, then begins to talk. Admits meeting Ryan, through friend at local gym, how their conversation started innocently, but quickly became something more. Confesses to lying about work trips, using hotels as meeting points. Finally admits painfully, their relationship went beyond words. Listen to every detail, heartbreaking with each one. By time she finishes, house feels impossibly quiet. I'm sorry, says voice barely whisper. I never wanted to hurt you. Stand there staring at her, trying to process everything. Finally speak. It's too late for that. Say voice hard but cold. The damage is done. Only thing left is to figure out where we go from here. Her tears start again. But don't stay to watch. Walk out of room, leaving her alone with weight of her choices. Truth is out, but battle far from over. Silence in house after confrontation is deafening. Lisa stays in kitchen, her sobs fading to quiet sniffles. As pace upstairs, mind racing. For so long been trying to hold pieces of our life together, believing there was something worth saving. But now, standing in wreckage of what she admitted, realized choice isn't about saving. It's about surviving. Morning comes with heaviness. Impossible to shake. Haven't slept. Lisa hasn't left. Still downstairs when finally walk in, her face pale, eyes swollen from crying. She looks up at me, flicker of hope in her gaze. But don't return it. We need to talk about next steps. Say voice flat. She nods, folding hands on table, like child waiting to be scolded. Kids come first. Continue sitting across from her, whatever happens between us. We keep them out of this as much as possible. They don't deserve to be caught. In the middle, I agree, says softly, voice barely above whisper. But I can't stay in this marriage. Say words cutting through air. Like knife, not after everything you've done. Her breath hitches, tears well up in eyes again, but she doesn't argue. I don't want to fight, says after a long pause. If this is what you need, I'll cooperate. I just want to be part of their lives. You will be. Say firmly. But not like this. Not under same roof. We'll figure out custody, visitation, all of it. But kids need stability. And that starts with boundaries. She nods again, her tears spilling over. I'm sorry, says for what feels like 100th time. Don't respond. Apologies don't fix damage. They certainly don't erase betrayal. By time kids come home, from Amy's house, Lisa has packed bag. She hugs Peter and Grace tightly, her tears returning, as they ask why she's leaving. Step in, kneeling to their level. Explain in gentlest terms possible. That mommy needs some time to herself, but that we'd all still be family. Words feel hollow, but seem to satisfy kids for now. As Lisa walks outdoor, she pauses, turns to me. Eric, I know you'll never forgive me, says voice trembling. But I hope one day you'll understand. Don't answer. Can't answer. Door closes behind her. Weight of it all settles over me. Like storm cloud. Weeks that follow or blur. Of paperwork. difficult conversations, trying to create new sense of normal. For Peter and Grace, Lisa and I work out co-parenting plan, but interaction's strictly business. She stays in small apartment. Across town, kids split time between us. There are days when anger threatens to consume me, days when want to scream at her for everything she's done. But there are also moments of clarity, moments when see how much lighter feel, without her lies hanging over me. One night after tucking kids into bed, sit down with beer, reflect on everything lost my marriage, but haven't lost myself. Face betrayal, heartbreak, and anger, but haven't let it destroy me. And most importantly, fought to protect what matters most. Peter and Grace, if had one piece of advice for anyone reading this, it's this: trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, don't ignore it. Confront it head on, no matter how painful it might be. And remember, no matter how broken things seem, there's always way forward. For me, that way forward was rebuilding, not with Lisa, but with life I wanted for myself and my kids. And for first time in years, feel like finally moving towards something real.